What is going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to part 2, I guess, of the 530 build. So build, whatever you want to call it. I realized I didn't show you guys a walk around on the car, so that's what we're gonna do right now. And after that, after I show you guys a walk around on the car, I've got to clean that up so that way I can move this into the garage, and then we can figure out what needs to be done with the car. So I've taken out the battery so I can not have to buy a new battery for the car. So let me unlock it first real quick. There we go. So the car's in bad shape. Could be a little better. I have to fix this where the cloth's coming off. It's coming off here. A little bit on the sunroof cover thing. I don't know what you call this thing. Somewhat on there. I need a mirror. That's about it on the inside. Obviously, I cleaned it up. You guys can't really see much because it's kind of dark outside and it's, you know, black interior, but the car itself is relatively clean. I mean, nothing on the inside wrong with the car. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock all the doors so I can get it inside the garage with ease. So this is where it gets interesting. So if I can open the hood, I've got a mess to clean up. Got the headlights, and we'll go through that little bin of parts that I have in there. But there's a backstory on the car, and it's relatively interesting. The backstory is kind of interesting. It'll be a similar process as to what I did on the 530 or on the F30. Should actually be easier since most of this is already kind of torn apart, but we'll dig into that later. Let me go ahead and clean up the garage, and then I'm going to give you guys a little backstory on the car once I get it in and, you know, tell you what's going on. All right, so these are all the parts that came with the vehicle. Got the radiator. So, and this is gonna be really fun to figure out how to put back together because obviously I didn't take any of this apart. Only thing I know where it goes is that and that little piece right there. That little piece goes on the valve cover. This piece right here. All I know is this goes on the valve cover, and this goes in the trunk, and those go in where the headlights go. Oh, there's something on the screen. And that's all I know goes where. So this will be a fun little adventure. So the backstory on this car that I know of, so I bought it from a guy, and he bought it from another guy. So the guy that he bought it from said it slipped timing, and usually with these, you know, if it's an interference motor, it slips timing, you're screwed basically. So I was told they went to do like a timing job on it or something, and in the process of doing so, they broke one of the bolts, which is not a good thing. I gotta find it. Hold on, I took it inside. No, it's right here. So in doing so, they broke a bolt on that goes to the cam shaft. I'm trying to find a place to set you guys right. So this bolt that they broke went through the cam phaser. So bolt broken, obviously, in two different pieces. So yeah, they broke this bolt, and it goes through this cam phaser like that. So it's right there, goes straight through, and then it screws into the camshaft on this half. So they broke it off, and this little piece was stuck in the camshaft. So they sold it to the guy I bought it from, and he got it out and sold it to me because he didn't want to do anything with the vehicle after that. So that brings us to the point we're at now. I do not know why. I do not know why the radiator was pulled out. So I'm hoping there's not like a cooling issue or there's a like leak or crack in the radiator. Hopefully there's no issues with that. I'm also hoping there's no issues with the HIDs in the in the headlights, because HIDs are expensive. If you know, you know. And also with this cam phaser. I'm gonna have to look at the one that's in the car. This is the intake cam phaser, and the one that's obviously in there is the exhaust. And I'm really hoping there's nothing wrong with it, like it spins freely and everything. I'll obviously clean it up and re-oil it, but I'm really hoping nothing's wrong with this, because this is like, I think, close to $700 in my hand right here. And then obviously we have all our valve cover bolts and a bunch of random parts. And this also kind of scares me a little bit, this little broken piece right here. We get to figure out where this was broken from and goes to. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. It looks like it's already broke before with that little piece of glue right there. So hopefully it's already, yeah, not too hard to get to or hard to find. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this whole process. So I'm gonna put all this back in here, get the car pushed back a little bit forward, more in here, and then we'll see what happens. I'm really hoping that I bought a scope, a little inspection scope, so I'm really hoping that I can use that and check to see if a piston hit the valves, whatever, before I buy anything. Because if that happened, there's a bent valve, and there's no point in retiming the motor. There's no point in doing anything with this current motor. I have to pull it and put a new one in it. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. And if it is, it is, but it'll save me a lot of money if it's not the case. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this mess up. And then I'll get this in here, and we might check it out tonight. We might not, it's a little late, so. But as I was talking about with that little connector piece, it doesn't look like any of these pieces are broken. Any of these are broken. This one's not broken. The one here isn't. And none of these are broken. So that, I really don't know where to start with that hose. I guess I'll look into it or get further into it when I get. And then I have to do, if motor's good, all this permitting the motor's good, we will start working on it, I guess. All right, so the car is finally in the garage. I had Caitlin help me take the hood off, so there's actually light when I close the garage, and I'm not holding the flashlight the whole time I'm trying to do this. I don't think I'm gonna do the scope tonight. I might do it tomorrow. If not, I'll do it in the next video. I'll do it in the next video. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, kind of end this one out, and then we'll start the next one. So, but yeah, finally got the car in here. There's a couple issues I've already seen that I'm gonna have to end up figuring out. So part one is this coil pack. Coil pack doesn't look like that. So yeah, that's part one. Part two, that clip issue, or that little connector piece I was talking about, I literally cannot find, at the moment, where it goes. I've looked at every single connector that has been unhooked from this car that I can tell at the moment, and I do not see anything. Number 3, the bumper looks like, yeah, it was. So the bumper looks like it was taken off. I gotta, you know, bolt that back together on both sides. And then there is a nasty oil leak on this thing. You guys can see part of it there. I think it was a valve cover leak, because a lot of the crud is kind of like right here. But I also can't tell, because if it was a valve cover leak, then I would expect it all to be over here and not like all caked up on this side. Like if you look down there, it's kind of gunky. Yeah, like right there, there's some stuff, but it might have been from where it ran off of the valve cover right here and went down. How to figure out what this is, what this little sensor is and whatnot. And then coming down to the floor, like I said, all these connectors and stuff, I literally looked through all of them and could not find anything. It's a little messy down here, like disgusting. All of that oil, like look at that. Like that's gross. I just rubbed right there, and it's like that just came off of the engine. So yeah, this is gonna be a real fun to figure out and dig through. Actually, if you see right there, I think it was an oil pan leak, and then the belt slung it all over everything else, because like even the alternator's caked up to the upper radiator hose. And it might also be, actually, I think it's leaking off of that cool. I just recorded like a good 2-minute clip and it wasn't recording, so but anyway, hope you guys are as excited as I am for this